for writing notes that I need. I'm going to watch it and find a way to write this down, begin and edit it. As Rage Against the Machine will spawn some useful stuff. The truth of my situation being my blood parents targeted me, attempted to prevent recovery and finish the murder that it appears to be. There's no possible way that what Patrick Rasholko told the Peterborough police happened. It's not possible mathematically, proven by my medical records and the mathematics of trajectory. So the simplicity that I know of that it's not possible that a rock came through the windshield the way that Patrick said it did and hit me in the head the way that my head was hit. And I was killed, revived. So he was driving the vehicle. He called 911 when police showed up. What he told them about how that injury occurred is not possible. This is factual. So on that next line of it, what happened? I don't know. But what I do know is that it's not possible that a rock that was a cultured stone came through the windshield, and the police won't tell me anything now except that the investigation is a felony investigation, not just what it was. So before it was an injury, just a random, nearly fatal skull puncturing traumatic brain injury covered by WMUR on 12/4/2014, and the police tell me now it's a felony investigation and won't allow me to have that rock, which I wanted to make like a bonsai tree out of. But knowing that they won't give it, it's a felony investigation, and that's all they'll tell me. With the facts, what's happened since that is my blood parents have worked together with Tim Donovan from Peterborough, along with Jolene Rogers from Peterborough, along with other people from Monadnock Developmental Services and Anonymous Fellowships. So the people that were coming to the home were all informed by Tim, the traumatic brain injury expert and Robin Hill Farm owner for decades. They were all told whatever he told them, and they believed him because he was the local expert owner of properties renting to places like Noni's, claiming to be a recovered alcoholic in Anonymous Fellowships. This person was trusted by the community. What Tim actually did was cover my blood parents and their attempted murder through aggressive medical neglect, which began while the patient of a hospital, and they organized systematic dysfunction and human rights violations through probate court by lying to probate court while the patient of St. Joe's, and Tim Donovan covered them in that process. Factually, again, the cover being for the public and now people that worked with him like Jolene Rogers. Factually, Tim put her into the home. I only knew this person who was on probation from the Anonymous Fellowship. Yes, we had dated a bit. There was interest. But this person was put in the home after the injury, and Tim told the community that we had a relationship we never had. This person on probation raped my partially paralyzed body, and because it was a woman raping a man, apparently it doesn't mean rape. I won't ever remember it, and it's not like there's anything I could do about it. I was half paralyzed. I won't ever remember these years, but part of my anatomy work, Jolene Rogers used it. She extracted Tristan, and since they've collectively used Tristan as another child, another vulnerable source to attack my medical condition and the blackmailing, emotional blackmailing, distraction, to terrorize them to distract me while they keep on stealing and keep maintaining the theft with misuse of the courts. All of this ongoing, the benefits that are being awarded in my name are by their misuse of the courts with my medical identity. Now, the medical identity is that medical info of a skull puncturing injury covered by WMUR. All they have to do is file that info and claim that it's a person still in that condition and hide everything they've been hiding. And they'll get new additional rulings, and they've been doing it for a decade. The systematic dysfunction and the organized judicial misusing is tactical by these people that are educated on how it works by their experience. Factual again. So the reason why it's so difficult to talk about is because of its complexity and the frustration of knowing it with this clarity. And no matter how much I've been repeating these facts for years, everyone has believed these psychopaths that we're attacking. And of course, if I had called them psychopaths before, then I'm being vilified because I'm unstable. According to them, traumatic brain injury, blah, blah, blah. They used their information, their knowledge, experience, educations, and tax funding to misinform the population tactically around me as they attacked my children, stole my home insurance settlements, and every single penny delegated from the federal government for my injury. What these people do tactically is they prevent the person from getting any stability, and they maintain instability to maintain collecting of funding. They keep the person sick, ill, impaired, but unable to do anything about their intercepting of the funding that the person requires for their manageable self-care. So they make sure they impose instability. When stability is the number one clinical priority, they hide what the condition actually is from the courts. So now it's no longer the number one lawful priority for human rights. And now they get to destabilize tactically, misinform the community, and terrorize people to death publicly while tax funded and trusted to protect them. Factually. This is what I've experienced by Tim Donovan and Jolene Rogers working with my blood parents Roger LeCompte and Lynn Howard. Factually. They've documented their attack. They won't stop attacking, and they're being protected currently by HUD housing out of Greenville, New Hampshire. All of this has been done by these people, misusing the courts, misusing Health and Human Services, misusing WMUR, talking to the community, abusing my kids. These people are a group of actual frothing psychopaths, attacking people publicly that are vulnerable and misusing the system and their reputations. Like these volatile psychopaths in high school that no one can do anything about because the principal keeps them in the basement of their fucking house or something sick. I wish it was a joke that was worse, but it's not a joke that they're immune from criminal prosecution because they're tethered to whatever this foundation is of rot that allows people like Roger, Lynn, and Tim to operate like this in New Hampshire for theft from the federal government, destroying people's lives publicly, robbing the bank, and no one can do anything about it. So, when I write about it, I'll repeat less on the frothing, rotting psychology they've shown is the result of the way they're choosing to live.